Great to see you again, Moon, and welcome to the APAC M360. I suppose the theme here is around building digital nations. So, be keen to get your opinion on what is a successful digital nation.
Well, first of all, Julian, thank you for inviting me, and welcome to Singapore. Digital nation or building a digital nation is a very broad subject. I think first of all, we can probably define it as the role we play as a digital nation. We are just one part of the whole ecosystem. But if you lift it to the highest level, a digital nation would include things like the nation fully provided for infrastructure in terms of connectivity. Every citizen know how to use digital. Companies are embracing digital. That is probably the traditional way of looking at a digital nation. But I do believe it is beyond that if you look at the definition of digital. It is a lot broader, and it involves not everybody, all stakeholders, from government to communities to enterprises and to individuals. It's really getting everybody on board the digital journey and building trust to live in this digital world. And it would involve even transversing between the real world into the metaverse world. And building a successful digital nation would basically means everyone, every person, every company, every communities and government are all embracing this as a new way of living in the future.
I mean, we sit here in Singapore, one of the most digitized nations in the region. And you as head of the largest telco here, what do you see the role of mobile operators, telco, in the building of a digital nation? And does it change across your footprint and across the region?
Well, first of all, I think telcos have a very significant role to play in providing connectivity. In the last 30 years, 40 years, telcos have been really building infrastructure to enable everyone to be connected. But moving forward, I think we need to start to look at ourselves not just as a telco, which provide connectivities, but as a techco that enables technology. So we see ourselves, our role evolving from a telco to a techco, but without forgetting that need to build infrastructure. So for example, in Singapore, we have rolled out our first, I would say in the world, 5G standalone nationwide coverage network. What does that mean? That is providing connectivity, of course, obviously, but we are also enabling the use of 5G to its fullest capability in terms of availability of network slicing, high bandwidth, fast connectivity, low latency, and creating virtual private networks, not just for the consumers, but also for enterprises. So translating this connectivity into technology use in the real world will be a very important role that we play now going forward.
Fantastic. I mean, I suppose you are a real global pioneer now with this 95% population coverage in Singapore. There's been a lot of investment in networks in the last couple of years, and it seems like in some cases a continuing need to increase that investment. How do you see the role of technology and working with partners and collaborating to drive forward in a time when greater investment is required?
Well, obviously, I think we don't live in a world in isolation. The world is ever more connected now than before. So I guess in Singapore, with the advantage of being a small country, we can provide nationwide coverage relatively quickly. But I'm sure the rest of the region, and in particular the Singtel associates, we are all rolling out 5G networks. And we are all embracing a very common platform solution to allow us to exploit the benefits of 5G technology. I think to this end, we have to work through an organization like GSMA to ensure that we create a platform that allow us to connect the worlds together. Not just connectivity, but through technology, enabling technology. So what I've described, the solution for Singapore in terms of moving from telco to techco should also apply to other countries and should also apply to build the ecosystems and interconnecting countries. And I think GSMA has a big role to play, and we have to now set the standards, the definition, and encourage GSMA members to quickly come on board as they roll out the 5G network.
thanks for those very encouraging words for what GSMA needs to do. And we look forward to working very closely with you and for being a board member. Thank you very much for the contribution. We look forward to working together in the region, and thanks again for joining us here at the M360.
Thank you.